is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. We're going to talk about Deandre Ayton, a guy that I've been liking for a little bit, and it was unfortunate that the Phoenix Suns got off to a pretty good start. But the sad part about it is Ayton missed majority of the season since it's been suspended. And it would have been interesting to see him and Baines and Booker and Ricky Rubio and Bridges and those guys. Even Oubre was healthy at that point. It would have been interesting to see how many games and how good they could be if they was fully healthy and they had Aiden for majority of the seasons, because they got off to a great start. And that's usually what they don't do. And it was interesting seeing Devin Booker become an all-star this season and having one of the most efficient seasons that he has ever had from all across the board, free throw, field goal, and the three-point line. And it was good to see a motivated Devin Booker. He really wants to make it to the playoffs. He's really, really hungry for success, and he's very young, and he has done a lot of things at his age that is very interesting, considering that he came in the league so young, and he already is an all-star player before 25, and he has been a 20-point scorer for majority of his career. Even though he hasn't been a super high scorer, he has continued to improve each and every season, and that's what you want to see. And a guy you give a max contract to, and the guy that's the best player on your roster. You want to see the hunger. You want to see the improvement. You have to see the want. But the interesting thing about Booker is he can't do it alone. And that's one of the biggest reasons why the Suns have been stuck in no man's land, is because they haven't been able to find the pieces to fit and complement him in his play style. And Devin Booker is not a defender at this point of his career. He's more of an offensive player, showing the ability to play make at a decent level, and he's still learning that, as he just got that role not that long ago, probably about 1 or 2 years ago, and his assist numbers has been up. His turnovers are as expected because he's learning in that role, in that position, in that style. And Devin Booker seems like there's nothing that he can't do at this point offensively, and he's still polishing up and mastering a lot of his skills at this point of his career. So I think as a leader, he's doing as best as he can, considering that he's so young, and he's leading by example, being clutch, taking over in big moments, having that confidence, and allowing people to know, if you're going to go against Phoenix, you're going to have to prepare for us, because I'm not going to let us win if I can really help us compete. He's going to go out there and do the best he can, and that's what I like in him. But at the same time, when I look at how they're building this roster, I'm very interested, just because when you look at teams nowadays, it's based off perimeter players. They ended up going with the number one pick with Deandre Ayton. Just not a pick that you regret, because Trae Young has become a 30-point scorer. Luka Doncic has become a 30-point scorer. But Ayton has did exactly what you want a big man to do. Last year, giving you a double-double, which was very impressive, considering that he was one of the guys that a lot of us thought was NBA ready, playing 30 minutes, 58% from the field, which is excellent for a guy that doesn't just score around the basket. He likes to play on the perimeter a little bit, hit mid-range jumpers, has a okay post game, and he has shown potential to improve in that. But also being a 70% free throw shooter, also getting 10 rebounds as a rookie was impressive, and to get 16 points was an improvement, considering that he had no experience whatsoever in the NBA. And another thing, he played 71 games and he started 70 of them. That's pretty good for a rookie to play almost the whole season. And then coming into this year was a disappointment with the suspension, playing 30 games and only starting 25 of them. But he increased his minutes at 33. He shot less from the field, but he increased his free throw percentage to 76%. He increased his rebounds to 12 rebounds per game. The block is there. 1.7 blocks per game is very impressive, showing a lot more effort and energy on the defensive end. Still not a great defender, but is showing improvements to be a solid defender. And even though you want a rim protector, isn't that guy at this point in his career. But at least he's showing the improvements and the willing to want to play defense. And he was confused and lost out there as a rookie, but now the game is starting to slow down. He's starting to understand how teams want to defend him, but also he understanding how to defend and react to different situations on the court, which is what you want if you're going to have a big man out there. You want him to at least hold his own, and Ayton has shown that he can do that, and that's more respectable than a lot of other centers in the league. Not only that, this guy is a guy that just gave you 19 points per game, which is a significant increase over his rookie year. And considering that he had to work his way in and they made a lot of changes to the roster, that's something that you definitely want to see. And you just want to see the man stay healthy. But averaging 19 and 12, that's very, very impressive for this team, and that's something that they needed. If you're going to try to find that fit for Devin Booker, you need somebody that can help balance out the offense for him, so that way he doesn't have to carry the load. Because we know Mikal Bridges isn't really a scorer. We know Ricky Rubio isn't really a scorer. We know Cameron Johnson is more of a spot-up shooter. Frank Kaminsky not going to really get you high-quality shots outside of playing off the ball. And even though they have Dario Saric, he hasn't had the season that they needed him to have, only giving them 10 points and 6 rebounds and 2 assists. He has been a solid starter for them, but nothing game-changing and nothing to write home about, even though he's been decent, considering that he's not really going to be much else than that. But when you look at the rest of this team is nothing but a bunch of role players, and you need somebody to really go out there and help Devin Booker each and every night offensively. And even though they have some solid defenders now at like Javon Carter and obviously Aaron Baines, and you still have Ricky Rubio and Mikal Bridges, they still need that guy to go out there and be dominant. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing what Ayton can become, because as a number one pick and a guy that was NBA ready, he has proved that he can play at this level. He has proved that he is an NBA caliber player, and even to a certain extent proved that he can be a starter on a lot of other teams around the league. And this is a guy that's very young, and for him to be able to improve on a lot of the things that he's already great at and really become more dominant is something that they're going to have to need if they want to compete for the playoffs, as the West is only getting deeper and only getting stronger. And the fact that the Suns cannot stay out the lottery, but they also haven't been able to draft well in general to really capitalize on having those top 5, top 10 picks. That's something that they're starting to figure out. They're starting to figure out their identity. They're starting to figure out how they're going to play. They're starting to figure out who are the guys that need the ball, who are the guys we run our offense through, and that's what I want to see from Ayton. I want to see him become a better playmaker. I feel like he can pass very well in a pick and roll. He's not a guy that forces up shots. He'll kick it back out. He'll find the open shooters in the corner when he in the middle, in the post or in the mid block. He also will willingly take the jumpers. He also will be able to finish around the rim, catch lobs and alley oops. And he's going to be a guy that if he gets fouled, he's a capable free throw shooter. But he hasn't been shown that dominance. He showed it a little bit this year that he can be a guy that can cause a lot of problems once he's ready to go, once he's hungry. But one problem that I always found with Ayton, he's not a dominant mentality guy, and that's something that's going to have to change. And it's something that Devin Booker did in his career, going from being a guy that want to be in the league to being a guy that want to make a name for himself to being a guy that can really be something special on the offensive end. And Devin Booker did that, becoming a 20-point scorer, but he wasn't that in college and he wasn't that right away in the NBA. He developed into that because the team allowed him to become who he is, allowed him to play into what he became, and that confidence that they had in him allowed him to be a better playmaker, decision maker, and a scorer. But they gave him that opportunity. They trusted him to be able to come through, and he has done that, becoming an all-star 3 years later after he really started to show that he can be a star in this league. And I see the same thing with Ayton coming into the league, giving you a double-double, this year, increasing a lot of his numbers all around and becoming more of a focal point of the offense. But if Ayton isn't going to get the ball, the coach has to make a priority to utilize Ayton a lot more. And I feel like that's something that Igor really failed at, was finding Ayton and allowing him to get more touches, because he's a guy that's very efficient, finishing around the rim and always being close by the rim, besides some 15-footers and some face-up jumpers from time to time. And if you really don't have other guys, since Kelly Oubre is out, to really fill that void offensively, why not utilize Ayton more? Why not find him more? Why not prioritize him more? And that's something that I really want to see them do as his career start to go on, because they don't really have anybody right now, especially with Oubre being out with the injury, that can really help Booker consistently. And I really think that Ayton could be something special. I really do feel like he can be a 25-point scorer. I still feel like he can be a guy that can dominate if you really want to find him, if you really want to utilize him. This is a special player, and even though he's not Luka Doncic or Trae Young, he has showed that he's a respectable player in this league, and he can still have the upside to being a great scorer also, like those two guys. But with them being so young and him missing majority of the season, and with the season being suspended and most likely won't have the rest of the season play out, and if they do, it's not going to really matter that much. It's going to be an interesting thing to see Ayton in his third year really play healthier, be more prepared, have a lot more chemistry with Booker and his teammates with their new revamped lineup, and really being a guy that can really go out there and be one of their focal points, like I said before. So we really gonna see what they do in free agency. We're gonna see what they do in the draft. But I want to see more Ayton. I love Devin Booker. I love how he plays. I love how dominant and how unguardable he is. But he needs help, and he needs to utilize the other offensive weapon that they have on his team, and Deandre Ayton. And they can play in the pick and roll together. They can catch him on some more lives. They can look for him a little bit more, and that's what you want to do. If this guy is shooting over 50% from the field, you want to get those easy buckets. You want to find him if he can get a hook shot, which he's good at, or at least a slam at the rim. That helps your offense become more efficient and more effective. Less transition, less turnovers, and higher efficiency overall for the team. So if I'm the Suns, I like what I see out of Ayton offensively. I'm liking how he has changed and adapted defensively, and now it's time to push him even further in year three. So let me know what you guys think about Deandre Ayton in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about Devin Booker and him as a duo. Can they really become a playoff team? Do they need another piece? What kind of guy do they need to draft in this up-and-coming draft? And do you guys believe in Ayton? Can he be a dominant player? Can he become a top 10 player in the league? Can he become a top 5 center in the league? Whatever you feel about Deandre Ayton, let me know in the comment section below. Whatever you guys feel about the Phoenix Suns, let me know in the comment section below. And also check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my description. It will also have my website, analysisplayground.com, which will be in the description in the comment section below. Like the videos to show support. If you already liked the video, thanks for the love and support. And if you haven't, check out my older videos. I do videos just like this, discussions. I also break down footage of players and rookies. I also cover the draft, summer league. I also cover season previews, trade deadline, and also free agency all year round, including the playoffs. So if you love basketball and you really enjoy it, you really love it, and you want some content each and every day, then you should check out this video, check out my older videos, and subscribe and become a part of the family. But other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, signing out. And let me know what you guys think about the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker, DeAndre Jordan as players, as duo, and what they can really do in the Western Conference.